This week, President Cyril Ramaphosa, in his State of the Nation address, said the government will transform the National Skills Fund to support unemployed youth. This fund is designed to help young people access employment and workplace experience. Investec CSI Head Setlogane Manchidi says while this is a great initiative, the thinking around it needs to evolve. Manchidi says South Africa is lagging in future employment preparedness.
What we really got to have to think about is how we facilitate inclusion where people do not necessarily have to depend on access into a workplace, on access into an internship. And which is why this device piece that I keep talking about and coming back to is that at your own pace, you teach yourself a skill, and a skill that could see you enter into the gig economy for that matter. You don't necessarily have to have a full-time job. You could go into freelancing of sorts. People today will provide a service to people in the UK, in the US, based here, because that's what that kind of skill set allows them to be able to do. So, of course, what he's talking about must be encouraged and supported, but we really have to be looking at avenues, the green economy. There are just so many sectors and spaces that perhaps do not even require the kind of maths and science, which is where the majority will not fit into, that we should be tapping into to enable as many people as possible the opportunity to participate.
Last month, Microsoft invested a further 5.4 billion rand to the 20.4 billion rand already invested in the country to build more data center infrastructure in South Africa. The company also announced that it will assist in the training and certification in cloud architecture, AI, and cybersecurity. This is to ensure future employment for the South African youth. Manchidi says, while the majority of South Africans own cell phones, not everyone is connected to the network due to high data prices.
Many people have got cell phones, which is very helpful, but it still leaves behind many who are not. And sometimes they have cell phones in their pockets, but connectivity is an issue. So we have somewhere to go in making sure that the ecosystem can fully take advantage of technology, AI, and all these other pieces. I mean, if you think about it, every single sector, education included, health included, entrepreneurship included, could benefit from a free access and wider access of information and to both information and devices, so as to help people understand the power of this device in the possibility of them empowering themselves.
Investec says the journey to employment is not as linear as it used to be, and young people need to realize that and equip themselves for future employment. Nothando Makutulela, SABC News, Johannesburg.